Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
Good evening, Chicago. Welcome to another episode of Tracks After Dark on the Chicago Sports Podcast, the show where we get real raw and unapologetically passionate about all things Chicago sports. Tonight, we're deep diving into the Chicago Bears coaching search. Look, this team is at a pivotal moment. The fan base is restless. The players deserve better. And frankly, I'm sick and tired of seeing the same mistakes over and over again. So tonight, we're not holding back. We're going to break down every angle of this coaching search, who the contenders are, what the Bears really need, and whether the front office can finally get out of its own way. But before we dig in, I need to hear from you. This is your team, your city, and your legacy on the line. Stick with us to the end of the show. I got 5 burning questions for you, and I need answers. So grab a drink, buckle up, and let's get to work. All right, so let's start with what we know. The Bears have requested interviews with 13 candidates. 13! On the surface, that sounds thorough, but let's be honest, it feels like desperation. The question isn't, are they looking for the right people? It's, do they even know what they're looking for? Now, let's talk about some of these guys. Let's talk about Vrabel. This guy is a proven winner. He's tough, he's disciplined, and he's got the respect of players and coaches across the league. But let's face it, do we really think Tennessee is going to let him walk? I mean, and if he does leave, is Chicago an appealing destination? This front office better have a damn good pitch if they're serious about landing him. Then there's Ben Johnson. He's young, he's innovative, and let's not ignore the fact that he's been the brains behind one of the league's most exciting offenses in Detroit. But hiring a guy like Johnson isn't just about X's and O's. It's about trust, man. Will he trust Chicago's leadership? And just as importantly, will they trust him to lead this team into the future? And then there's Brian Flores. I heard some of you guys nickname him as Snorez, but his defense ain't Snorez. You want accountability. You want toughness. Flores brings it. He doesn't just coach defense. He builds a culture. But here's the thing. Can Flores coexist with a GM and ownership group that doesn't exactly have the best track record? Let's not forget what got him in trouble in Miami. Now let's pause here because I need to ask you, what kind of leader do we really want for this team? Remember Nagy? He was supposed to be the offensive guru, the next big thing. And what happened? We got trick plays on 3rd and 1 and zero accountability in the locker room. And then there was Mark Trestman. Look, I don't even want to relive this freaking disaster, but I bring it up to make a good point. Hiring a head coach isn't just about finding the best play caller. It's about finding a leader, someone who can rally this team, command respect, and bring consistency to a franchise that has been spinning its wheels for years, guys. So I ask you guys today, Bears fans, what's more important? Is it the X's and the O's? Is it the culture? Or is it someone who can finally give this team a damn identity? Let me know in the comments below because I'm dying to hear from you guys. I'm dying to hear your take on this one. Now, here's where things get really messy, guys. This isn't just about coaching candidates. It's about the front office. George McCaskey, Kevin Warren, Ryan Poles. Do these guys even have a cohesive vision? Because let me tell you, if they don't, it doesn't matter who they hire. They got to get it together up front. Think about it. If you're a top coaching candidate, do you want to step into a situation where you're constantly looking over your shoulder, wondering if your GM or ownership is going to undercut you? Absolutely not. And that's why the Bears front office needs to prove to these candidates and to the fans that they're serious about turning this franchise around. This coaching hire isn't just about fixing the team on the field. It's about fixing the perception of this organization across the league. If the Bears mess this up, they're not just setting the team back for a few years. They're risking long-term irrelevancy, longer than they already have. All right. So let's take a moment to dream a little, okay, guys? Let's say the Bears nail this hire. Let's say they bring in someone like Ben Johnson or Mike Vrabel. What's the first thing that they need to do? For me, it's clear. Find out what the hell you're doing with your quarterback. Caleb Williams has been through the ringer. Is he the guy or isn't he? Obviously, he's the guy, but we haven't seen a full body of work yet. A new coach needs to make that decision quickly and definitively. If Caleb's a guy, build around him. Give him the protection, the weapons, and the scheme that he needs to succeed. If he's not, then you got to move on and start fresh. But for the love of all things football, stop waffling. This indecision is killing the team and it's killing me. And let's not ignore the rest of the roster. This defense, it's a shadow of what Bears fans expect. They got ran on like almost 200 yards or something against the Packers. Where's the swagger, guys? Where's the dominance? A new coach needs to bring that back. Chicago football is built on defense, and it's time to restore the legacy, guys. Bears fans, I know it's frustrating. I know it feels like we've been having the same conversation for years and years and years. But I believe deep down that this franchise can turn it around. The right coach, the right leadership, the right vision, it's all possible. Before we wrap it up, I want to leave you with 5 big mega questions to chew on, okay? We'll turn it to the chat one by one. Give you guys a second to mull it over and see what you think, okay? So, who's your dream hire coach for the next Bears head coach position? Forget the list if you could pick one. Anyone. Who would it be? Honestly, while you guys are filling that in, in the comments below, make sure you hit that like. And if you're a new follower, hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate you. Leave a good review too. Tell all your friends about us. I think 13 is too much. I think you have like a first wave, like 1 through 3, like we said earlier, Ben Johnson, Vrabel, maybe Aaron Glenn, whoever your 3 are. Then there's like 3 more guys, right? Then there's maybe like 1 or 2 stragglers. But past that, you shouldn't need 13. Quit getting too cute with freaking Kafka and all these other guys. It's ridiculous. Some of these names like you never heard of. And then that's what he said. That's what Ryan Poles said at the presser today. Like he was trying to get cute with it. He was like, you may not have even heard some of these names. Some of these names will surprise you. Why? Why should they? Why are you trying to surprise us, bro? Quit trying to be the smartest guy in the room and just do what's right. Because I'm going to tell you something. I don't necessarily agree with what Colin Cowherd says all the time, but he did say something that made sense today. While you're freaking looking at these other 13 guys, Ben Johnson, there's like 6 hires out there, 6 teams looking for head coaching spots. So listen, you go mess around over here and act cute, and the guy, you should have at least one maybe, I'd say probably 3 to 4 guys. 2 that you feel like you're really close about. Let's get those in. Let's get those in right away. Hopefully those are the guys that come in right away. Because the ones on the back end, I don't even know why you'd even look at those, During that time, you could be losing them to the 6 teams that need a head coach, for crying out loud. All right, let's see who your favorite coach is. Bradley, he says, give me Pete, followed by Vrabel. I'm over Ben Johnson hype. I think you can make a case for extra as long as they're experienced head coaches in the NFL. I'd be okay with Vrabel or Johnson. Flores, I'd be interested in, but I need to see who he's bringing in as OC. Yeah, that is also important too. Can they bring the right coordinators in with them? That's equally important, sometimes more important than the head coach themselves because they allow them to do what they need to do, you know? What's the one quality the next head coach absolutely must have here in Chicago? What's the one quality that they need to have? We are talking about solutions, Squeegee. I just asked you a simple one. I asked you, what's the one quality a head coach must have? I need like that Jeopardy. Do 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 do. All right. Is it leadership? Is it creativity? Is it experience? You tell me. What do they need? What's the one quality they need? Leaders of men? All right. Adaptability. Adapt and overcome. Sounds like a veteran, a military guy like me, Bradley. For sure. Adaptability. I like it. That's a good one. Thank you. How much faith do you have in the front office to get this right on a scale of 1 to 10? Where's your confidence level? And I think it's silly, Squeegee, that we have to find the solution for ownership as fans. I mean, come on, are you kidding me? What is this, a war room? Jeez, oh, Pete's. How come they can't find this stuff out? How come they can't figure it out, okay? What's the bigger priority, fixing the offense or rebuilding the defense? What would you guys prioritize, fixing the offense or rebuilding that defense? If you could only fix one, which would it be? All right. Well, Kyle, thanks for playing along. That is not a number, but I do appreciate your input. Uh, Bradley says his is through the roof with his belief in his Lord and Savior, King Poles. Okay. All right. Final question for tonight. If you were in charge, what's the first move you'd make after hiring a new coach? Would you trade for a quarterback, draft a superstar, overhaul the coaching staff? Let's hear it. Squeegee says fix the O-line. Drop your answers in the comments or hit us up on social media. We're on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, XApp, all that, Instagram, Insta. We'll be reading your takes on the next episode, so don't hold back. That's all for tonight on Tracks After Dark. Chicago, this is our team, our city, and our moment to demand better. Thank you for spending your time with us. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and share, because the only way to make a change happen is to do it together. Until next time, stay passionate, stay loud, and as always, bear down.